Mirror, mirror on the wall, what if the evil queen didn't die after all? In Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the queen's end is quick. She falls from a cliff, crushed by her own stone. But what if that wasn't the end of her story? What if the queen's mirror, that mysterious portal of dark magic, didn't just reflect her, but rescued her? What if it pulled her soul into another world entirely? A world of emerald towers and flying monkeys. Today, we're exploring a dark possibility. What if the evil queen trained the Wicked Witch of the West? What if Oz's most feared sorceress wasn't born wicked, but made that way, under the mentorship of the queen who started it all? The magic mirror is one of the most mysterious artifacts in all of Disney's lore. It's not a regular mirror. It speaks, it sees, it knows. In early concept art, Disney animators described it as a gateway between realms, hinting at something more than simple reflection. Now picture this. As the queen tumbles from the cliff, lightning strikes, the same lightning that once illuminated her transformation spell. Her body disappears, her scream fades. But what if her spirit was absorbed into the mirror's depths? That would make the mirror not just an object of power, but a bridge between worlds. And where might that bridge lead? To another enchanted land, a world that thrives on green light and hidden magic. The land of Oz. In this theory, the queen doesn't die, she transcends. She becomes a shadow in the glass, whispering across dimensions. And somewhere, a new sorceress begins to listen. The Wicked Witch of the West wasn't always a monster. In L. Frank Baum's original books, she was a ruler, yes, but also deeply insecure, afraid of losing control over her domain. Sound familiar? Imagine a young witch, bright, ambitious, eager to learn, stumbling upon a black mirror in a forgotten forest. Inside it, a faint voice calls out, a regal voice, calm, commanding. Magic is not given, it is taken. The queen becomes her unseen mentor, teaching her spells that feed on envy and emotion. The witch learns to harness jealousy as fuel, just as the queen once did. And like her teacher, she begins to see beauty, not as something to celebrate, but as a weapon to fear. That's why the witch hates Dorothy's innocence so much. Dorothy is Snow White reborn, the innocent that mocks the fallen. The queen teaches her apprentice not to love, not to trust, and never to forgive. And with each lesson, the Wicked Witch becomes less human and more reflection. Magic has color, and in Disney and MGM's language, that color is green. When the evil queen brews her transformation potion, the liquid glows bright, toxic emerald. When the Wicked Witch hurls fireballs, they burn the same hue. This isn't an accident. Green has long symbolized envy, corruption, and unnatural energy. But what if that color isn't just symbolism? What if it's the queen's magic signature? The literal energy she passed on through her teachings. It would explain the shared aesthetic, the glowing eyes, the swirling smoke, even the queen's cauldron and the witch's crystal ball. Both are conduits of that same green fire. Every time the witch casts a spell, she's channeling the queen's lost power. Fragments of the same dark energy that once gave life to the poisoned apple. The evil queen was destroyed by her own reflection, literally. Her obsession with being the fairest of them all led her to ruin. But the Wicked Witch, she has no mirror. She refuses to look at herself because she knows what's staring back. Think about it. The witch never examines her own image, never questions her own face. Mirrors, water, glass, they all terrify her. Because deep down, she knows her mentor is still there, watching, whispering. This creates a fascinating inversion. The queen is obsessed with reflection. The witch avoids it. One was destroyed by vanity, the other by denial. But both are victims of the same lesson, that identity is a weapon. And when Dorothy throws water on her, cleansing, purifying water, it isn't just a physical defeat, it's symbolic. The witch's mentor taught her every dark spell imaginable, except how to face herself. If this theory holds true, it doesn't stop with the Wicked Witch. The Queen's magic, her envy, her transformation, her green fire, echoes across generations of villains. Maleficent, Ursula, Mother Gothel, even the Enchantress from Beauty and the Beast. Each one carries pieces of the Queen's legacy. Beauty as power, envy as motivation, transformation as identity. It's as if the Queen's spirit moves through time, finding new vessels, always regal, always tragic. The Wicked Witch would be her first apprentice, the beginning of a dark lineage, a coven that transcends worlds and studios alike. This is how myths evolve. What starts as one villain in 1937 becomes an archetype that shapes every story after her. The Queen didn't die. She multiplied. When the Wicked Witch finally melts, her last scream isn't just pain. It's revelation. For the first time, she sees herself clearly. The green vanishes. The reflection returns. Her master's final lesson echoes in her ears. You can't destroy innocence, only yourself trying. Both the Queen and the Witch were consumed by the same fear. The fear of being replaced, forgotten, unloved. They wanted control. But in seeking to master magic, they became mastered by it. The mirror always wins, because it doesn't just show who we are, it shows who we've become. The Queen's reflection never died. It found new faces to wear. So, what if the evil Queen truly did train the Wicked Witch? Then the Wizard of Oz and Snow White aren't separate tales. They're chapters in the same dark saga, a story about how envy becomes inheritance, how beauty becomes burden, and how sometimes evil doesn't die. It teaches, because in every fairy tale, magic always comes with a price.